Hello! Did you know that this satellite orbit simulator can propagate satellites backward in time? Here's an example to demonstrate how this capability can be used. Suppose you have a medium Earth orbit satellite, and based on state vectors from radar and telescope observations, you receive a warning that an unidentified spacecraft is on a collision course with it. It misses your satellite by less than 1 kilometer, and the state vector at its closest point is recorded. State vectors are position and velocity measured in the ECI coordinate frame at a particular time or epoch. This near miss has you wondering where this new spacecraft came from. Here I show you how to use SOS to propagate the satellite backward in time using only the state vectors and epoch. Start by clicking on the File tool and then selecting the default project option. This clears all existing orbits that you may have created. You can also do this using the Alt-D key sequence. You may choose any date and time for this simulation. The default is your current date and time. Now, verify that the simulation time span is 6 hours and increase the size of the sphere's spacecraft to 38. Also, change the camera viewing from option to not controlled. After making these changes, click on the Add Satellite button. When the Set Initial Parameters dialog opens, choose to enter your initial parameters as state vectors. For position, enter 25, -20, and 30 million meters in that order for the X, Y, and Z coordinates. Remember to press the Tab key after each entry. For the velocity, enter -901, 810, and 700 meters per second in that order for the X, Y, and Z coordinates. Again, remember to press the Tab key after each entry. Finally, click on the Set Parameters and Recalculate Orbit button to save your changes, calculate the orbit, and return to the main window. Next, use the red ball image and uncheck the ground track checkbox for this satellite. Then use the mouse wheel to move the camera further away from Earth. What you see is the unidentified spacecraft trajectory after epoch. That's because the simulation start time and epoch are the same. The spacecraft crashed on Earth after passing your satellite. Of course, that assumes it did not change course using thrust after passing your satellite. Now, make sure that the Sync Satellite Epoch to Start Time checkbox in the main window is not checked. Then, set the simulation start time to 6 hours earlier than epoch and set the simulation time span to 12 hours. Finally, recalculate the orbit. Note the green spheres for orbit positions before epoch and red spheres for orbit positions after epoch. By rotating the camera around Earth, you can see that the object originated over the South Pole. Since there are no launch facilities there, we assume that the spacecraft was in polar orbit and executed a delta V when passing over the pole. Why would the owner of this spacecraft do that? The purpose may have been to conceal the orbit change. The logical conclusion is that the unidentified spacecraft's purpose was to collect information about your satellite. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. We will be producing new content in the future, so it is also worth hitting the notification bell. We would love your feedback, so leave a comment in the comments section. Until the next time, goodbye.